Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today, gonna be Flash versus the relatively unknown player DMNet. It is an RGB replay, which just means it's excellent, and it's not gonna be a ruffle stomp by Flash, which I know some Flash players want to see, but top left, we have our guy Flash, and the bottom left, it is DMNet here on KnockOut. Gonna be a good one today. Hit that like button if you're excited to see a TVP. Featuring Flash today. We did Flash versus Best last week as well. A lot of Arbiters from Best. An incredible PvT if you're a PvT fan and you missed it. Yeah, YouTube does not show you your subscriptions on the main page. It hasn't for years now. You want to see your subscriptions? Click on the subscriptions page on YouTube on the left side. Homepage is what the algorithm thinks you want to see. And that's it. Algorithm thinks you want to see llamas singing and fighting and stuff. Bam, llamas singing and fighting. The algorithm thinks you want to see handball. You will see handball, even if you don't. It's very weird stuff, man. We live in a weird time. So, PvT on a 4-player map here. Everybody treating the other player very, very respectfully because this is DMNet versus Flash. He knows it is Flash. Got a gateway on the top of the ramp to block off against any weird SCV shenanigans here, but no, just everything is inside the main base for Flash right now. Walling off against Zealot shenanigans as well as Flash at the top of the ramp with a barracks, and I think we're going to see both players take gas fairly early because Flash, you know, just says, all right, so Protoss is kind of hard to deal with, and I think I will respect my opponent here today. It's a barcode with a .net appellation to it. Gateway coming up. Barracks coming up. There we go. Gas here from Flash. And are we going to take some gas here? DMNet, what are we doing? Bam. Gas at 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Okay, fair enough. Earlier gas here from Flash, which just means that we can get Vultures out a little bit faster than Dragoons can be out here today from our guy DMNet. So, again, Happy New Week, everybody. Happy Christmas time. If you celebrate, and if you don't, you're welcome here as well. Everybody is welcome on the Falcon Paladin channel. We got ourselves a Zealot hoofing it out here. Terry, not Terry. Terry is missing from this matchup. His name is Robert. Robert the Zealot, hoofing it out. Interesting. So mining out the right side mineral field with a probe. Just opening the ramp here a little bit wider. So it's harder to block off here for our guy, Flash. Scouting with Steve the SCV. What's going on? Cybernetics Core warping in. Zealot. 2 Marines. There we go. Excellent SimCity, as always, from Flash, and as other elite players do. If you're struggling with Zealots, just make a supply depot and a barracks right next to each other. The gap is big enough for Marines, but not big enough for the Zealot. You would think that is not the case, because it doesn't seem like Zealots are chunkier than Marines, but they are. As far as the game is concerned. Factory on the way. Singularity charge on the way. We got ourselves a Dragoon being warped in. Well, opening warp gate. The warp gate is opening. So I guess every single time you make a unit as Protoss, you need to open the warp gate, and then bam, the unit steps through. And then the warp gate closes. And then you have to open the warp gate again. And then the unit steps through, and then bam, the warp gate closes. I've never actually thought about that. SCV down, and then immediately throwing down another pylon. Ha 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 ha. Expanding here to his natural is our guy, DMNet Flash. Expanding, thinking about expanding, and bam, expanding at 3 minutes and 55 seconds. We've got a Vulture on the way. We have Marines. And here on KnockOut, there's a little weird low ground here leading into your opponent's base. So effectively, it's not a ramp, but it is still defending from a high ground when you're defending your natural base, which, defending is easier, right? Defending is easier if you have a high ground to low ground advantage for attackers. So DMNet says, no fair. KnockOut, why? Why is this here? Just make a ramp. I think it would be easier to handle, I feel like. Ooh, Robo warping in. Robo timing. Sub 5 minutes. But he knows. He knows it's a Vulture. He saw the Vulture. And it's going to be Spider Mines. He doesn't know. He has no idea what's going on that machine shop, or even if there is a machine shop now. So just playing it safe. Just excellent micro here. 350 APM here from Flash. 350 APM here from DMNet. Very, very safe. Very, very, I don't know, fast as well. We'll see if there are going to be early Reavers here. Ooh, canceling the bunker. Canceling the bunker is Flash. He says, I don't need a bunker. I've got a tank. Get out of here. I've got Marines. I have tanks. Tanks are good against Dragoons. Marines are good against Dragoons, but Zealots are good against both of those things, and the Zealot was targeted first, and that is why. And high ground advantage here, trying to take down that one siege tank. One more shot. Yes, did take down the siege tank, but the Dragoon died. 2 Dragoons for a tank there. It's a trade. It is a trade, and keeping the tank count low for Flash and other Terran players is a very, very good thing to do, and a very high priority for these Protoss players. Yeah. Observatory for the spider mines that are here. Check it out. Spider mines are here all over the place. Here from Flash. Still no sign of another upgrade here. No speed for these vultures. No siege tank style here. For the tanks, no siege mode. Interesting. I wonder what's going on. Checking to go for a third base down south here is our Protoss player, but so far just kind of hanging out. Finally, siege mode is on the way for the Terran player Flash. He's getting an armory for upgrades. Worried about a couple of Goliaths here because this could be Reaver shenanigans. Again, Protoss players, you just have to assume Reaver shenanigans at some level here, kind of like you assume spider mines from the Terran. So getting a Goliath to deal with drops, whether it's going to be a Reaver or whether it's a Zealot that drops in your base, right? And there's the robotic support bay at 640. Okay. So yeah, DMNet is going to go for the Reaver stuff. Flash is correct to be worried about this. And we'll see how he responds. Obviously, the anti-air has been coming out already. He's been thinking about it, right? Not that he's made any anti-air yet. He doesn't have any turrets. Does he have an engineering bay? Yes, he does have an engineering bay. He can start some turrets if he wants to. Oh, he's got one back here behind the mineral line already at the natural. So good. Good. And one inside the main line, main mineral line here, too. The main line, we can call it. So third base is warping in. Going to wall off a little bit against the Vulture harassment here. So far until the Reavers come out, I think we're just kind of macroing up. We're getting upgrades, right? Getting shuttle upgrades. We're getting +1 vehicle weapons upgrades. All very good in the neighborhood. Engineering bay. Getting a little bit of vision out here too in case a drop comes up into this area of the main, which is very, very big. Kind of hard to keep an eye on all of it with all of your buildings and your units. So he's got an engineering bay to see incoming shuttles. Dragoons are sharking around the map. Third base is happily running. No real harassment there from the Vultures at all. This wall helped to deal with that without a doubt. 79 to 73 supply in favor of DMNet. He's looking good. He's killed 1 tank so far. Flash, feeling okay about that. Losing 1 tank in exchange for 2 Dragoons is not the end of the world. And we're waiting for... Is he getting a second Reaver? Is this the first Reaver? Why do I feel like there was a Reaver already in production like 3 minutes ago and we're just waiting for it to finish? Reavers take a while to build, in all fairness. There's your Citadel of Adun. And Reaver up. We're going to go for 2? Yeah, we're going to go for 2. No, that's another shuttle. Okay, so it's going to be 1 Reaver on the move out here. We're going to see the shuttle micro. Is it Snow-esque for our guy DMNet? Probably not. That's not his fault, though. Not everybody can have a Reaver micro and shuttle micro like Snow can. He's sort of the best player in the world at it, and you can try to get up to his level. Absolutely, do your best. See what your limits personally are, StarCraft players. Especially somebody like DMNet here. He's got 250 APM. He is holding his own against Flash. He killed one of Flash's tanks, which 99.9% of players could never do in this game. Unloading behind the natural base. Yeah, unloading behind the natural mineral line here. And, you know, a shot off on a couple of Vultures is not a bad idea. Trying to kill the Goliaths. No, they got the shuttle. The Goliaths died, but they got the shuttle. SCVs are going down. Nice target there. Siege tanks. Zealots getting up there. Bam. 1 tank gonna... Yes, both tanks are gonna die, but the Reaver went down. Zealot died. Third Zealot is alive here. He get credit for 2 kills. He sure did. 2 kills on that Zealot before he gets wiped out, and then attacking into the third base to DMNet. Oh, the army gets pulled back to kind of deal with the shuttle, but he killed the shuttle. Flash. No, you don't have to go back in there. He kind of overextended on the defense, and into the third base we go. Killing the SCV is guaranteed damage. Can he get a cancel on the command center? At this point, he's going for Marines instead. Maybe a couple tanks here. He could maybe get a cancel on the CC if he positioned this properly, but the tank positioning is pretty scary stuff. Nevertheless, yeah, he's just getting whatever value he can. Unloading more Zealots on the tanks on the back line. I love that. That was just pure shuttle Zealot shenaniganry coming in on those tanks. Every tank that wasn't defending the third base is dead now. Tanks are defending the natural base. Zealots keeping them away. He is going to get the third, dude. Come on. Getting the third base is insane. He decides to not go after the third. Going to jump on top of these tanks instead. And again, keeping the tank count low makes it so much easier for you later into the game. If the enemy has 10 tanks instead of 20, you are a much happier camper. Got to trade out as much as you can. This tank is basically distracting and trying to keep himself alive as long as possible so the command center can't escape into the main base. Down, up into the main base. These guys are trying to get in, but the vultures are blocking. Zealots are coming in at the same time. Zealots just hacking away. Dragoons are kind of the backbone of this whole army, and SCVs are dying at an alarming rate here. As the Zealots are right on top of them, they kill SCVs very quickly. SCVs do not kill them very fast at all. What an aggressive play here for DMNet. The Vultures will clear them out eventually, but it's 62 to 49 workers in favor of the Protoss. After all this shenaniganry, can he get one more kill? I don't know, but he's bringing more Zealots and more Dragoons in here due to 3 base. Just non-stop aggression against Flash here from DMNet. I am loving it. He doesn't have any upgrades whatsoever. Flash has that +1, and we saw that coming through the production tab earlier. The third base lands. It's on fire, but it's not actively burning down. And a fourth base is already done, scanned out by Flash for the Protoss. So seeing the 62, 64 now to 50 worker advantage here for the Protoss. Observers seeing what's coming out of that natural base all the time. This Protoss army is dead. Got to get out of there, guys. Gonna again, just the trades. There are 3 tanks on the map. Zealot comes up again. I'm not sure. I mean, sure, why not? Get in there, try to kill one more tank, and bam, does get it. Dragoon doesn't even care if he dies anymore. He got that tank. Zealots are being so powerful and so annoying, even with no upgrades at all. No, I mean, they have speed, but no attack, no armor upgrades, and they are still this incredibly good. Zealots, man, good unit. Great unit against Terran. Always has been, always will be. Psystorm, the follow-up here for our Protoss player, DMNet. He is playing extremely well. Can Flash make a comeback here after taking so much damage? And in fairness, the Protoss invested a lot into those units that he lost during that harassment. He didn't get away scot-free, right? He lost a ton of stuff there. Unloading Zealots in here, trying to like Zealot bomb on the Vultures, I guess. I mean, it's okay. That's kind of awesome. I like it. Again, Vultures will kill the Zealots pretty quickly, but it's not an instantaneous thing. Vulture's speed still isn't done yet. Flash has not actually prioritized Vulture's speed today. He went for Spider Mines, and he went for the Siege mode. Finally, Machine Shop's working on the further stuff here. Oh, man, another base bottom right here. So Flash is barely running on 3 bases right now. He's got, like, 8 SCVs on it, and it's 70 workers for the Protoss. He's getting a bottom right 5th base, warping in now. It's not very protected at all. I guess there are some Dragoons covering this area. But if these guys want to come down and shut this base down, I think they can. They could probably get a cancel on that Nexus. They do have an attack upgrade. Once they have the +1 attack upgrade, yeah, they're much more willing to fight. When they have the 0, they're just not doing very much, but the +1, +2, +3 especially makes them very brave when it comes to dealing with enemy Terran units. 1, 2, 3, 4th base coming in. 12 o'clock here from Flash. We know that. Get her an amulet for the Protoss. We are working on a science facility. Done. Science facility done. What are we going to do? I mean, EMP obviously is the big deal here against the Protoss, especially against things like High Templar and those Arbiters. Knocking off the Spellcaster energy is always awesome. We are scanning around a little bit, checking to see this space still there, still hard-walled on both sides with pylons. Does he not want to come in here? It's pretty wide open. I don't know. Getting away with this bottom right base for DMNet is kind of incredible. He is forced to get some cannons up because the Vultures are out there. I think he was worried about them coming down, but they didn't. They, for some reason, never got there. Flash did not scan it successfully. It's not really a ninja. It's not really a ninja either. Okay, finally, he scans the position. Ah! Vultures checking down that way. Run, Dragoons. Come in, save the day. These transferring probes are in a world of hurt. Yeah, that was a little bit aggressive to send those probes down. And Vultures say, oh, wait. There are Dragoons down here. They're killing our Spider Mines. We know that's happening. Free probe. No, that probe gets to survive for no reason at all. 3 shuttles coming in the left side into Flash's natural base. There are turrets. There are Goliaths with Charon boosts. We're unloading Zealots in here anyway. Psystorm at the same time, getting some of those fleeing SCVs, bruising up the Vultures and the Goliaths. Good use of Psystorm there by our guy. And all right, looking good, making an Archon inside the mineral line. It is going to finish. The merging is complete. Oh, and then it dies immediately. I don't think it got a single shot off there at all. That was a lot of cost for not a lot of damage, I would say, for DMNet. Not happy about that at all. 74 to 62 workers. Flash is so good at recovering from economic damage. He is a monster. If you came here for a monstrous Flash game, that is what this has been. Although the aggression has entirely pretty much been on the side of DMNet. I don't think there's been an actual concerted attack on a base today by Flash. But, you know, he's like, I'm just going to get up to 4 bases. I'm going to have a jillion vultures and spider mines. And we're going to have tanks. And you're all going to die. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, the Zealot count is so hefty here. But guess what we have? Nothing but vultures. So, not a problem for Flash. Yeah, I need to get into more Dragoon shenaniganeries here with the vulture count being as high as it is out on the map. But here are the tanks. Here is a setup. It's a push out here from Flash at about 15 minutes. Obs get scanned and sniped out, but the tank position was already relayed back to Protoss headquarters. DMNet knows where the tanks are. He knows he doesn't want to engage into them quite yet. They've got a +1 attack. +2 is finishing up shortly. Protoss is at +1, working on a +2 as well. Both players working on their armor upgrades. It's an important thing here in the Brood War and the PvT especially. Charging up into the 12 o'clock. We've got Dragoons. We're going to unload Zealots on all of this stuff. Yeah, that is such a fun unload. And then a Psystorm. Good SCV. Yeah, just running out of there with those SCVs. Maybe a couple died. Still 63 workers. You get Storm Drop and you still have 63 workers. You're a pretty happy camper. Tanks siege up, Dragoons fall back, new base coming in, bottom right side natural. Here, DMNet is expanding very well. He's going Psystorm Shuttle, he's going Gateway Man type stuff. I don't see any sign of him going for carriers. I don't see any sign of Arbiters either here. We'll see if he goes into anything that flies. I mean, other than the shuttles, which, you know, shuttles are good, but I do feel like we kind of get a bigger win percentage in these PvTs for the Protoss if they get Arbiters, you know? Anyway, Zealots charging in, dropping in, storming in all of the tanks. Not all of them. Some of them are getting blanketed by the Psionic Storm. Zealots on top of the sieged up tank. Spider Mine connecting. No, does not kill those tanks immediately. I totally thought that it would. No immediate death there at all. But this is a big engagement from DMNet. Look at him go. Spider Mine's connecting on Dragoons. They're not pleased as punch about that whatsoever. My goodness. So yeah, this has been a bit of a series of like kind of unknown newbies versus legends this week, right? We had 1-9 Jeja yesterday versus Soma. Never heard of him before. It's a great game. You should go watch it. And then this one too. We got DMNet versus Flash. The legends versus the unknowns. But this is, I mean, up 60 supply against Flash at 17 minutes. DMNet could not be in a better position right now. He is crushing. He's been killing tanks very well. Again, Flash has not really been able to get across the map with his tanks whatsoever. Never sieged up a base at all in 18 minutes, which is not how you want to play this thing. But I guess if you get the 3rd of the base and the 4th base and kind of slows down your general assault timing. We'll see. DTs are on the way. All the scans, mostly just scanning in to see what's going on. How many Zealots there are, you know? Coming across the bridge into a tank setup. Okay, Psystorms are going to be important. There's a good one. Plus the Zealot bombing. Dude, the Storm and Zealot bombing timing lining up like that by DMNet is very impressive. And look at this, just absolutely clearing it out. Flash said, I have this tank position forever. And DMNet was like, I don't know about that. Bam, tank dead. Scrappy hole. There's not a lot left here for the Protoss, but there's nothing left here for the Terran. And that's a win. That is a win. A top right base coming in here for DMNet. A couple of cannons at the front in case anybody wants to come in and shut that thing down. Flash is going left side, going at the 9 o'clock for a 5th base of his own. Empty shuttle is empty. I think he's trying to get it home so we can load it up, because shuttles are 200 minerals, man. They're not free. Don't die. Okay, didn't die to that missile turret. Gonna die to these Goliaths, though, without a doubt. Ready, go. Man, this could be a rare Protoss versus Terran win against Flash, where the Protoss doesn't get carriers, doesn't get arbiters. Let's see if he can pull this off, man. He's up 64 supply, 63 supply. I can do quick math sometimes. Yeah, the Goliath count's heavy enough to kind of just crush these shuttles today. I don't know what was in that, but I hope it wasn't a lot. Zealots front lining it. Psystorm bruising everything up. Vultures will take that storm as well as the tanks will. Good target, as always. And, my goodness, DM Net, he's getting all up in this left side 9 o'clock base. There are some tanks trying to shut this thing down. Dragoons are standing in. Zealot going after a missile turret. I guess it does help the shuttles and the observers out a little bit if those turrets are dead. Observer dies, not enough time to save that one. Side-storming your own Zealots a little bit to try to kill these tanks. Sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. But Zealot sat, kill the SCVs, you fools. What do you, I don't know. I don't think you're being controlled there. Is the thing. Now he's getting in on top of the SCVs. He's not killing that command center before Flash saves it. He's got enough stuff coming in to clear that thing out. But SCVs are getting target fired now by the Zealots. I love it. SCV micro pretty good. Getting him out of there when it gets too bad. 76 to 57 workers in favor of DM Net. More Zealot dropping. This has been some incredible micro for somebody who doesn't have 300 APM. He's at 260 right now in all of this chaos. But he is dropping excellently. The Side Storms are placed very, very well. That tank is gonna die. Zealot says, good enough, man. Oh, they shut this whole thing down. SCV, what are these SCVs doing? He thought it was safe. No, GG, Flash. GG's out, and DM Net gets the win. Dude, that absolutely made it seem like Flash. Well, no, it told us that Flash thought it was safe to bring the SCVs back. He thought he'd clear this out by now, but too many friggin' Zealots, dude. This Zealot-heavy play all day today from DM Net was extraordinarily impressive. Ridiculously impressive. This guy, DM Net, this just goes to show the gap between the players, especially Korean players that we've never heard of, versus the top-level players like Flash is not exactly insurmountable. You do a random ladder match on a random day, and maybe Flash is feeling tired. Maybe this is his 15th game of the day, right? And DM Net is fresh, and he's aggressive, and he has a kind of a strategy that maybe Flash hasn't quite experienced before with all of these Zealots, and Flash just has a hard time with it, and DM Net gets the win. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Flash was fresh, and DM Net was tired. Who knows what the situation is in this game? We don't know the context, but good game. Great game, regardless. Could not ask for more from a PvT. Protoss fans are happy. Protoss plans are stunned. They're like, how did this guy beat Flash? It's because, again, the gap between the best players and kind of the lower level Korean players is not as ginormous as you might think it is. Man, that was awesome. That was such a great game. So GG to our guy DM Net. He was aggressive against Flash. He never let him rest. He was in the natural base, in the third base, in the main base a tiny bit. Right? Early Zealot into never letting Flash rest. No tank set up here. No tanks even got close to the bottom right side of the map. And if you can't start killing Nexuses when your opponent has 7 bases at 20 minutes, you might as well just tap out. The economy is too good. The production capabilities are too good. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16 gates. 16 gates here, but look at the bases he has. It's totally worth. He's got 18 gates with these ones too. DTs being made in the top right. Love that for him. So GG, man. Just, if you can, if your opponent feels like they can never rest, then they're going to die more often than not. All right, end of the day, 366 APM to 263. Again, APM is not everything. Over a 100 APM more for Flash, and he ended up taking the L today. 4 buildings raised. Resources are the big one, though. Look at that. Out resource in 20 minutes. It is a 10 plus 12,000, a little bit 11,000 and change outspend by our guy DM Net. Loving him. Always good to see these fun players. Fun players coming in, working hard, trying to dethrone the champions, and sometimes they can do it. Can they do it in an ASL situation? Not usually, but on a ladder situation, it's definitely more possible. So, good game, and that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.